Good evening, human creatures. I'll be doing a 3-heart challenge for Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. I'll be using the ship of Harkinian, or Harkonian, depending on how you want to pronounce it. I will be using an HD texture pack, and I have changed around some of the cosmetics. I'm actually looking forward to this because I haven't played a challenge run in God knows how long, especially a 3-heart one. I'm still on the fence if I'm going to use bottles or any kind of Lon milk, or the double defense later. Good news is, I won't be doing that many side quests, mainly just for the bigger on sword, and if I do strike the fancy, some bottles. But other than that, it's just going to be a kind of a straightforward from dungeon to dungeon affair until later. Let's get started. For those who don't know, I am not a big fan of the cutscenes. I've been playing this game since it came out, and I've seen the cutscenes so many times I can practically repeat them. The only game I think I've seen cutscenes this often is probably Skyrim. So I will be skipping the cutscenes. Sorry to break anybody's heart. You can tell me in the chat section how wrong I am, but I've seen it one too many times. I think the last time before I did a retro achievement on Ocarina of Time was probably around 2019, maybe 2010, and that was a swordless challenge. 3-heart, I think I did a long time ago. I still remember the movies I watched. Sawbones, Dr. Giggles, Drive Through. Oh god, there was another one I was thinking of. I kind of miss those 90s B movies. Like, they all had this kind of weird flow, kind of like, and Ticks, that's another one. The movie that you could argue jump-started Seth Green's career, and whoever wanted that to ever happen, I don't know why. I'm already getting some lag, but this is 60, this is 60 FPS along with the HD texture pack, so I expect a few hiccups. Now, if you guys never seen Sawbones, it has the, what is his name? He starred in The Patriot. He was one of the Americans that was with the Brits. And he plays a detective in there with a somewhat new, I wouldn't say new love interest, but he basically starts hitting on the surgeon's wife. It's about a killer surgeon, by the way. Classic 90s B-roll, kind of like up there with Dr. Giggles. One of my favorite sections of this is the music. During all the kills or these like scenes, they play this wonky music that you only hear in like 90s things. And I love it. I really do. I wish it would go back to it. And I also like the kind of the outrageous premises of these B movies. Like, B movies now feel they got to be outlandish, but B movies back then, they strapped together the most bare bones plot and took it way too serious sometimes. Hello, Saria. Getting the cardio in. Yahoo! Should have yelled better. I'd like to see somebody yell Google instead. Oh, the texture packs look nice. Foreshadowing. Either that or Godzilla's about to break in. Alright, let's go get our pig sticker. Some of the, like, this is the premises of Sawbones. A kid was abused by his, it's almost like Pin too, now that I think of it, a plastic nightmare. That had Quincy, oh god, what is it? No, not Quincy, what the hell was his name? He played in Stepfather. Why is his name elude me? But it's almost the same premises where a surgeon father abused his son, wanting him to be a surgeon. So not only does he grow up with daddy issues, but he grows up with severe mental inabilities. I beat the boulder and got the 2 greens. And the whole premises of this is him not being a good enough surgeon like his famous father. That's supposed to be kind of like wood, by the way, if you're wondering. It's more of a reference to that than it is a metal. I do like that about Twilight Princess. Yeah, I wouldn't have made it. How they use the Deku. I'm not going to say Deku for those who know me in my Twitch. It's Deku. I'm not going to weeb out on it. But I really like how in Twilight Princess they actually give you a wooden sword like they do in the OG Zelda series. Kind of really gives you like you're starting from scratch vibe. Anyway, he starts killing people in like certain operations. Like, what's a good way to put it? One of them is hooking a guy up to electrodes. Another one's taking bottom part of the lady's stomach out, but failing miserably. What's the other one I'm trying to think here? It's been about God knows how long. Oh, one sucking the fat out of this one chick's ass. Let's see if I can actually get it. No, I refuse. One sucking the fat out of this chick's ass, just randomly shoving a hose in there, then blows the bag. Good effects, by the way, especially for its time. Like, I don't think people know how many horror movies in the 90s had just random, like, you had Surgikill, Sawbones, there's a few others I can't think of that just, we had a fascination with doctors, because apparently that was a thing. Oh, I didn't get it. Sometimes you can get a rupee by jumping across those. Anywho, let's go get some greens. And, the way the whole plot sets up with the guy who's the, what the hell is his name? It's gonna drive me nuts because I know him. In this is how he gets, not, I wouldn't say made fun of. Yeah, that's gonna take forever because sometimes you get threes. I don't got time for that nonsense. Oh, and the other reason why I'm using Ship of Harkinian is just for some of the qualities of life, like being able to equip extra items. You'll thank me later when you don't see me go to the start menu every time when I'm in the water dungeon. Come on, I just need 4 more. 2 more. You finally let me down. Oh, hold on, there's 1 rock left. Yeah, I got let down. I guess we gotta go in here with the treasure chest. I usually try to avoid these till later. 1 green rupee. I'm insulting. 5. Learn colors. Another 5. We're already passed by 9. And so you know what a recovery heart. Alright, let's make it even 50. We can get 55 and go buy ourselves a wooden shield. But the ending of this movie is great. I really do like the ending of it. Where the not the detective, but the girlfriend slash what the hell is she called? No. The girlfriend slash secretary, I guess you could say, figures it out quicker. Feeds into his delusions, and the detective's kind of the final note to it. But once again, he's one of those killers who gets, what was it? Oh, like, burnt, then a little bit of acid, if I remember right. Still comes back. And then they finally just blow his brains out. And it ends on this weird musical note. It's really a good movie to watch. I do recommend it. For drive-through, oh, I forgot to do the jump slash to speed up the text. By the way, this is probably one of my favorite looking Deku trees. Really solid. I really do like how they lean into an old man of the forest look. I'm cursed to have a dungeon inside of me. And the sad thing is about the Deku dungeon is it's one of my all-time favorites, no doubt. I just wish it wasn't a tutorial dungeon. I love the look, the vibe, the feel. I love everything about this dungeon. I just don't like the fact that this is a tutorial one. When I first saw those spider webs back in '98, I was ecstatic. I was truly happy with this dungeon until I found out how short it is and all the bullshit inside. I love how this is really one of the first Zelda games that you use actual things from the forest, where it feels natural. Where you're not using like flash bombs, but nuts, Deku nuts that explode. I really do like the vibe they went. I wish they would have continued with it a lot later. I mean, this is kind of the last you see of a lot of the child weapons being just kind of natural things you find in the world. Like the Deku shield, I love the fact that it's bark. If you live up where I do, you find pine bark that's you probably could use as a shield if reinforced properly. The shit's so thick. Alright, got our mappa. Let's go get our slingshot. Don't come in here without a shield during the randomizer. Stun nuts don't work. At least that's what my friend called them. Alright, we're out of here. It took me 2 times to play in this game not to use that platform because I didn't like shooting the ladder. Let's go ahead and grab the chest up here. I thought about jacking up the running speed, not the running speed, the climbing and pulling speed, but I didn't want to make it too unfair. Because one of my biggest complaints about Ocarina of Time is the slow pushing speed. I know it's somewhat realistic, but eh. Now let's put you bottom. Now let's put you bottom. Yeah, there we go. That's one of the few things, the quality of life that I do like about this one. And I do know rolling is faster. I just don't like the sound effects of Link screaming. I like how when Ocarina of Time came out, everybody was impressed about the vocal range. But when they put Ocarina of Time screaming into Link to the Past's remake, everybody found it annoying. Just goes to show you. Then again, maybe it fit better in this game. Technically, I kind of don't need to be here because it's just for the compass. And I'm not going to be 100%ing dungeons. I know there's a gold spatola in there. But once again, one of those things I liked as a kid, and as an adult, I hate with the fiber of my being. Gotcha. I've done that one in a while. God, this HE texture pack's really looking good. I didn't want to go with too much of a remake for it. I shouldn't say remake, a rebuff where it doesn't look kind of like the old games, but I wanted just to spruce it up a bit. And like, I do know that there's one for the 3D version of this release, and I'm not gonna lie, there is kind of a look I do like to it, especially the water dungeon. I think they did a really good job on that one, but I'm gonna stick to this one for now to kind of just spruce up the original and not overtake it. I hate this part right here with the goddamn passion, I do. They should have just let you figure it out swimming by yourself. Like, you would have went to Lake Hylia eventually, or jumped in some water in Hyrule Lake. I hate that they gotta give you a tutorial on how to swim and dive. Made it in time. And I do like the old, I guess you would say Gerudo symbol, the crescent moon and the star. Like, I know they got, I think they got sued for that, and they had to go with whatever the hell they had in the Game Boy, or not Game Boy, what the hell is it called? The GameCube releases. But, the old one looks better. It kind of fits to their motif of being desert. Give me a stick. Always stock up on these, you'll be using them a whole lot later. Got your classic dungeon, or dungeon setup. Light the torches, open the door. Buy green rupee. Fuck that shit. And yes, there is some Goma seeds right up, or not Goma seeds, little Goma babies right up above, larvae I guess you could say. Which I like the idea of the bosses having a larval stage. Especially in the Dodongo's Cavern, that's metal as fuck in my opinion. I really wish you would have got to fight more mature ones and just the ones that crawl and the two-legged ones, and then you go to the adult. It would have been legitimately badass if you got to fight like a, not completely adult boss Dodongo, but like a mid-stage one where it put up a fight. '23 is #1, or as I like to call it, I'm a Michael Jordan fan. Alright. This took me, like, this is probably one reason why I fell in love with Ocarina of Time, this dungeon intro, or boss intro right here. Just hearing it shuffle, because as a kid I had no idea you had to look up. I kept running around on the floor waiting it to appear, and then I finally looked up. And I love how it just focuses in on you. The sad thing is, I really thought when it was a spider I was going to be dodging webs, maybe some poison. Instead, it's just its baby. And I love that kind of body horror noise it makes. I really wish it would have played more in that. Armored parasite arachnid coma. I'm not really good at this cycle, by the way, but probably one of my, even though it's the easiest, probably aesthetically, trying to refrain from being angry here. I don't like the C-pad in this game. Got it, second cycle. Technically one cycle. I just wanted to see its eye burst open, fluid spray everywhere. That's at least what I was seeing when I was a kid, like something from beyond. Skipping the heart piece here and getting our emerald. Probably one of my favorite spiritual stones. And again, if you guys don't know, I really do like the color. I really do like the color green. Let me get a swig of something here. With the whistle with some coffee. And we're out of that dungeon. I like how his mouth remains open. I do. One thing I would have liked to have seen is now that everything looks like summer and spring, after his passing, it would have took on more of a winter or fall color. Now we gotta hear this fucking legend for the 100th time. Like, this is one of the reasons, even as a kid, I did not like this game, because it hammers this legend home like I need to fucking know it. You get told the same legend 7 fucking times. Or it feels like 7 times. It really feels like fucking 30. And this too. We made this, so you're gonna watch it a few times, goddammit. Ship a Harkinian, if you ever want to do me a solid, put a cutscene skip in this. They look like little Oscar statues. At least that's what I thought back as a kid. Come on. Gotta hear this same shit from the princess. And then from a Deku tree shrub. And then I think from everybody fucking else. Then. Nehru. So basically they just created life to rule over it. Okay, gotcha. I never could pronounce that probably. Fiora or Fiora. They're really nuts on laws here, so just so you know. You're dealing with 3 gods who are basically the man. Please hurry up. I beg. Even now, I don't want to see this. Holy hell. This is why I love the randomizer so much. You can skip this. Yeah. I like how Link is even sitting there like, yeah, let's get this shit on the road. Hurry up and die already. That looks beautiful in HD texture, by the way. I especially like the way it looks in the HD remake. I shouldn't say remake, the handheld port, which is kind of insulting. A game that kind of built the Legend of Zelda franchise. It's the one remaster everybody wanted. It's ported to a goddamn handheld. Like a monkey's paw kind of wish. Like you want your favorite game to be remastered, but it's on a system you don't want to fucking play. I wonder how many fathers and mothers who had to borrow their kids' Nintendo 3DS to play that. I wonder if they got in arguments, like, give me it, it's mine. Did they threaten their kids with grounding? There's the fall look that I wanted to go to the rest of this domain. Yeah, move your ass. You look like a demented Keebler elf. Alright, come over here to get on dry land, so none of that swimming. And we're out. Oh yeah, we gotta... Oh, the damn owl. Yeah, I usually don't like walking backwards, but for time's sake, we're gonna put that shit in reverse. Now on to getting the Ocarina. Ah. Can you just teach me Sarah's song here, please? I beg of you. You will save me a convoluted trip back. Now I gotta go talk to an owl. He backs away from her like she's Ganon. I wonder what happens to her fairy after she becomes a sage. You know, the small things. Welcome to Hyrule Field. At the time, this was amazing. And yet somewhat underwhelming, because when I thought of Hyrule Field, I was thinking of Link to the Past. I didn't play... I didn't go from Link to the Past, Link's Awakening, Winks. I didn't go to Link's Awakening and then this. I went from Link to the Past to this. So I had Link to the Past's overworld packed with like badass monsters and everything, and secrets left and right. And while this is really amazing for its time, kind of felt cheated on. It's just, eh. It's honestly how I felt. Like, yeah, we're doing this. Throw that shit in reverse, go storm the castle, run back here, get this song. That whole rigmarole. I think the only challenge I'm going to be facing here is my patience. I remember when I first started playing this as a kid, I used to jump sideways thinking that was slightly faster. It wasn't until walking backwards and I just started doing that everywhere. I don't do it, I don't abuse it to like speedrunners. Like they do that shit constantly. It's like watching a GoldenEye run. At what point is just watching the ground still considered? Let's get in there before the sun falls. Sun sets, the sun doesn't fall. Hit it in time. Talk to Milan. This one wasn't too bad. I always figured the dancing couple and a few other people had some more. There's some hidden rupees on that ledge, by the way. And if you come over here, I think it's only at night you get a red rupee. Alright, let's jam with her for a bit. I actually like, for those who are in the two clubs of Ocarina of Time, I like Milan better than I do Zelda. She seems like much more of an interesting character to me. Fuck that owl. Alright, she's over here. Now you'll hear her singing. God damn it. Another thing I like about Harkinian that it did is I can mash the buttons on his boring-ass conversation and not be looped infinitely on me not understanding what a goddamn owl says. Give me egg. Let's climb up some goddamn vines. I was really hoping that these would play a bigger plot than, like, obscure rumors. Like, I honestly thought that they would, like, hold some bigger meaning in the game when I first played it, and God was I let down. But it was 1998. You can only do so much. You know, we're dealing with the N64 here, not the GameCube, not the Wii, not really anything else. Well, I'd set myself back there by a few inches if I went over in his sight. I wouldn't say a few inches, probably a few steps. We're going on in, like, Ocarina of Time measurements. Get this geared up. Back when they couldn't decide to go Zelda or make Zelda its own thing, but then keep shoehorning Mario references into it. Let me give Link a little bit of brain damage there. And you're probably looking at Mario in his early years, back when the drinking took hold and the views started. That's why Milan doesn't have a mother. Lon Lon Ranch, the dark side. Oh, come on, hurry up. Sometimes, like, I can't think of what it is, but I know there's a trick to getting it with one box. Looks like I'm gonna have to do two anyways. Gotta save myself the trouble. I think it's a jump slash. No, I think it's a... How the hell is it done? I've seen it done before. Alright. Here we go. Another annoying section. I hated this section as a kid, and I hate it even more as an adult. It feels like it's slowing you down. It's kind of like in Sonic. Like, there's certain levels in Sonic, and Mega Man as well, especially the OG series and later X, where it feels like they're purposely just slowing you down. Even though it's a game built upon speed, they feel the need to just shoehorn in things that slow you down when they should be throwing in some sort of other difficulty, like Mega Man having one too many weird footholds, especially in the X series later. But in Sonic, it's you'll pick up speed, the game's flowing, it's awesome, you're jamming out, and then suddenly it does this weird thing. Or it tries to use, like, it feels like it's trying to use your speed against you, and not in a good way. Finally, get this over with. Here comes the other legend part I don't care to hear. There it is. Pick up a free ruby. Yes, I already know that the bomb, because the guard can murder you. That's on every damn YouTube channel for here to eternity. Alright, let's get this over with. That's bold of you to use highlighters to color in your eyebrows. Let's get this over with, come on. And I do like the way Child Zelda looks better than the adult one. Or at least the head, I wouldn't call that a hat, but it kind of fits her better. The arm and everything gear on the older one looks better. Like, she actually does look like a princess who's ready to fight. But as a kid, I think they should have stuck with more headgear on her. That actually kind of gives her more of a unique look. Yes, we already know. I really do like what they did with her on Twilight Princess. Come on. Alright. I love the grin Ganondorf gives you, like, I got you, bitch. And now comes the infamous Impa. Probably one of my favorite iterations of hers in this. Now, I suck because the musical notes are on the joystick, and I'm notoriously bad at this, as you saw in the Goma fight. I swear I can do better. Oh god, no. This is why I hate the frogs. By the way, nice detail on the dagger there. Got it. Alright, let's go. I like how Zelda's just in the background, like, amazed. Alright, escort me out. Oh, didn't even get the white scene, hell yeah. Alrighty. Get this over with. See if I can make it before night. This is usually why I watch movies and play games. Like, if the movie's bad, the game's gonna pull me through. If the game's bad, the movie's gonna pull me through. If they're both bad, I'm just fucked. Oh yeah, drive-through, that's what I was thinking of. If you guys ever want, like, peak 2000s horror, watch that movie. Drive-through is about a mascot clown. Like a satanic, I put more or less satanic version of Old McDonald. Not Old McDonald, Ronald McDonald. Except a lot better. I love his quippy one-liners. Plus it has, I can't think of her name, but she starred in another series. There's actually going to be a sequel to it, that what I heard, but it never came to fruition, which kind of sad because the first movie's badass. He has a giant meat cleaver, one-liner, mystical powers. I love, like, it is so good. One of my favorite deaths in there is probably the ball pit one, the microwave one, when he, oh, I forgot all about you. The ball pit, and, what's a really good one? Oh, the intro killing, like, that's pretty damn good. Oh, wrong turn. But I do recommend watching Drive-Thru. It is an excellent film. They use a Ouija board to talk with them. One of the characters is high as hell. Come on. This is another section I hated. This maze felt unnecessary at best. Always take this route because you don't have to swim through water. Because that whole maze, even like on my third playthrough, I realized that it wasn't that it was a maze meant for the kid Link. It was just to stick moblins in there. Alright, let's get this over with. Apparently her ocarina can also do drums, so that's mass respect right there for multitasking. And some tambourine from the sound of it. Everybody's favorite hippie chick. Here we go. God, I hate the joystick on this. Want to go see a Dead concert? I'm sorry, I see her and I just think hippie. I don't know, I know why, but it just... God, like, no, the fact that nobody's made, like, hippie artwork of her will always shock me. I think I'm gonna call it there. We'll do the other dungeon later. I don't know if I'm gonna do 1 or 2, but I think I'm gonna call it there for tonight. Like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later. Take care, and I'll catch you guys on the flip.